there we are, 95,000 people in full voice here at Wembley on this sunny afternoon. Gate receipts of £1 million for the first time for this particular occasion. And I'm joined now by Maurice Bamford, the former Great Britain coach. Maurice, what do you make of this match this afternoon? Everybody's expecting a pretty tight one this year. I think it will be, Des. I think it'll be a cracking game, and we've got the weather, and we've got the marvellous crowd, and we've got Bernie here to cheer on for Saints, unfortunately. And I'll be calling for Halifax with a bit of luck, a former club of mine, and I'm absolutely thrilled to see Halifax making it. And 10 years ago, we're at the bottom of the second division. 10 years later, we're at Wembley. Superb. You've got to be a little careful because you're one of our commentators today.
True.
A bit of impartiality.
While I'm commentating, Des, I shall be dead level, but just in here a little bit blown white.
Yeah. They've had a tremendous turnaround in recent years, Halifax, haven't they? And I suppose Chris Anderson's the man mainly responsible for that.
Yeah, Chris Anderson and the new board, headed by David Brook, injected some cash and some ideas into the club, and Chris has put the football ideas and some good signings, and they've come, as I say, in 10 years from the bottom of the second division to champions last year and cup finalists this year. Superb record. How important will be the experience of their players here today? Because they've got, I think, what, 6 who've played in this cup final before for different clubs. Yes, Wigan predominantly. There's quite a few ex-Wigan players playing for Halifax today. I think Wembley experience is vital, and but when it comes to the nitty-gritty, Des, it's the team that wants to win the most. And I put that down to the team that has the best team spirit and the team that keeps going the longest. And possibly Halifax could just shade Saints, in my opinion, in that area. Bernie would disagree with that, just a little bit, wouldn't you? I mean, Alex Murphy's got to have a team with team spirit, hasn't he?
I think he'll be telling them there now, Alex Murphy, if they don't win today, they'll have to walk on. I think if there's a man that can turn it, I think he's the boy.
It always produces such a wonderful match here, doesn't it? I mean, rugby league, quite often when we watch matches in the height of winter and all the rest of it, it isn't quite what we want to see from the game sometimes, all that mud and stuff. But here, the atmosphere is such that it always produces a spectacle, doesn't it?
Usually a showpiece, isn't it?
Yeah. Superb game and superb atmosphere. It's the atmosphere really that makes a game. Wembley and the 100,000 people, tremendous family spirit, great occasion.
I only wish it was me down there. I've got the embrocation.
Have you? You're ready?
But I've left it late, I think.
What's that that smells, is it, Bert?
That's the man on the left responsible for sort of lifting Halifax to a large extent, isn't it, the chairman?
The one that's not shaking hands, the man behind him, yes, that's right. David Brook.
Can you imagine how they're feeling now? They must be so tight, those boys.
I always get the impression that rugby league players are the sort of guys who wouldn't get nervous about anything.
Oh, they do, Des. They're human beings, they have feelings, they have an ego, they have everything that we all have, and they'll be tight down there in that tunnel. They'll be wanting the ball in their hands.
Let's just have a listen to this now. Leading the community singing, and it's so nice to hear. Such a sporting occasion always for the Rugby League Cup final.
And a great game. Thank you. God bless. Bye.
A repeat this, remember, of the final way back in 1956, which St Helens won. their last victory in the Challenge Cup final in 1976, but they've been here since then in 1978. But for Halifax, well, they go all those years back, 31 years to their last appearance, and they haven't won the cup since before the war, 1939. But statistics don't mean too much on this particular day, Morris. It's all about how they play on the day.
It is indeed, and both have had tremendous seasons in the league, and it's a culmination of a very hard work for almost a full season. Both those teams are ready, and I think they produce a belter.
A lot of points?
There may be a lot of points in the game. I don't think there'll be a lot that separates them at the death, Des, but let's hope it's just what we all want. I think it will be.
The Australian players have had such an influence in this particular match in recent years. Do you think they might today?
Yes, it's possibly a bigger day for an Australian playing at Wembley than it is for an English player, because there's so many thousands of miles away from it all their lives, and suddenly they're playing here. We live with it in this country year to year, always hoping to get to Wembley, whether an Australian sees it and thinks, one day I may play. Suddenly these Australians are playing. It's a great day for the Australian players, and one that I'm sure they'll remember for the rest of their lives. I think they'll play well, all the Australians, all the overseas players will set the stall out to do well today.
Just think, Bernie Clifton, if you've trained on and if you'd actually put the work in. And,
yeah, if I'd have kept on and got a proper job instead of ending up as an ostrich jockey, who knows what might have been. But I think you're right about the Australians. I mean, their way of life, they don't take prisoners, do they? I think they'll be all over the pitch.
I think they're waiting for the go-ahead to come out, and I don't know where the guy is who's supposed to be telling them. Seems to have disappeared or something. There was a tremendous atmosphere, and although they do separate the opposing fans, they tend to mingle so well both before and after this match, and families come to the Rugby League Cup final.
Yes, and children walking around the ground today, loads of kids with their mums and dads and supporting their colours, no trouble, everyone having a drink and enjoying themselves. Superb day, Des.
I wonder why. I mean, we ask this question year after year, why Rugby League can boast those great credentials and soccer sadly can't in quite the same way.
I'll tell you what I think. I think it certainly doesn't. The trouble certainly doesn't start on the pitch, does it? For a start, you get
more discipline on the pitch.
Yeah, and any back chat to the referee, and they just won't stand for it. So it's not a bad starting point.
Well, the team's coming out now. So we're all set for the 1987 Challenge Cup final. Lancashire against Yorkshire, St Helens against Halifax, and your match commentator will be Ray French.
There is an inscription of many years standing above the Halifax dressing room at Club Hall. It says, "Let only those who enter do so with pride and a determination to uphold the traditions of the club." But I'm sure both those sides, Halifax and St Helens, they realise the tremendous responsibility that they carry on their shoulders, the hopes of their two respective towns, and I think it's the hopes of Rugby League for a first-class exhibition of rugby. And when a player emerges from the dance of that tunnel, suddenly you realise you're on your own. One or two of your friends might be waving, they might seem relaxed, and deep down you yourself feel that you're very nervous. And here's one who does look nervous, Chris Arkwright, the St Helens skipper. Phil Vevers, the full-back from Brisbane, been 3 years with St Helens now, and what a momentous occasion for these Australians. They've played at the Sydney Cricket Ground, they've played in the Brisbane Grand Final, but many of them here have never played in a Wembley final before 95,000 people. The biggest crowd to watch rugby anywhere in the world this year. 30,000 red and white from St Helens, and almost that number of the blue and white from Halifax. And the sun, thank goodness, shining on the occasion. And very nice this year for Rugby League to be blessed by the presence of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. 5 occasions he's been here at Wembley. A couple of occasions accompanying Queen Elizabeth, and she herself presented the trophy. And his 3rd time to greet the players. Strong breeze, as you can see from the flag, blowing from left to right. Prince Philip, I don't think he'd really want me to remind everyone that he first presented the trophy way back in 1949 here, and it was again Bradford and Halifax, and a proud day there for the chairman Stan Aykroyd, and none more so than skipper and player coach Chris Anderson. Did stalwart service with the Canterbury Bankstown club in Australia, and now this team bears testimony and stamp to the man's ability. Wilf George, strong wingman, and Gary Stevens, seen experience here with Wigan. I think His Highness having a word with Scott Wilson there about his hand. Graham Eady, tremendous Australian fullback, coached out of retirement. John Pendlebury, not the biggest of loose forwards, but certainly one of the most skillful, one of the most crafty. A man there, the blonde-haired lad Keith Neller, and this man Graham Beavers, these two props. I expect them to give most trouble to St Helens. And Grant Ricks, flown in from Brisbane this week. Veteran there, Mick Scott, local licensee in Halifax. And the sole Welshman on the field, Brian Juliff. Quite a few people at Pontypridd be hoping he gets on the field on substitute today. And now across to have words with St Helens. Not as experienced a side. It seems strange that St Helens' great Challenge Cup final traditions, none better than Alex Murphy. And I hope Alex isn't arguing with the Duke. Chris Arkwright's great rugby tradition, his grandfather Chris, 1936 Test player, and his father, I played with his father. Youngster Paul Forber on the substitutes bench, and Paul Round, two forwards on the substitutes bench, and the two second rows, Roy Haggerty and Andy Platt. Andy Platt, I think, had an injection in his hand, had a broken hand about 3 weeks ago. And Graham Lipshot, the man who knows about broken bones, 4 broken jaws in his career, this lad. He retired, come back out of retirement, but raring to go. Neil Holding, one of the men, short price to win the Man of the Match trophy. Brett Clark, another Australian, had a good career this season with St Helens, flew over again from Sydney this week. And Kevin McCormick, and Mark Elia, the Kiwi centre, one of the men St Helens will be looking to produce some pace on the outside. And young 20-year-old Paul Loughlin, top point scorer for St Helens, top point scorer for the league. Phil Beavers, accompanying the Duke of Edinburgh there behind him, David Wigham, the chairman of the Rugby Football League and committee man at Whitehaven. And Laurie Prescott there, just St Helens chairman, shaking hands, wishing John Holsworth, the referee from Leeds, a good game. The reserve referee, Kevin Allett, and both touch judges. Again, a handshake that they'll remember. Tony Thornbury of Warrington and Don Watson of Wakefield. A great occasion for these lads. They'll have refereed a vast number of matches, refereed in the amateur code, and here a little reward for them. And lastly, Bernard Cribbins, the man who conducted the community singing, and very well too. Prince Philip looks to be enjoying himself. 5th occasion that His Highness has graced the Rugby League Cup final. David Brooke, the president, on the right-hand side there in a grey suit, and Stan Aykroyd, the chairman of Halifax. A proud day for those men. Chris Aykroyd just having a word with the Saints side. Not seen that done before at Wembley. Traditional handshake. Very fast side. St Helens possibly have the faster men in the back division, the younger men, but tremendous experience in the Halifax outfit. And as Maurice Bamford was saying earlier to Des Lynam, there's nothing like experience here. Only Graham Liptrop, the hooker, played here at Wembley before. And Halifax just Graham Eady limbering up. Graham Eady from Australia, his final season, 33 years of age, started his Test career way back in 1973. Number 2, Scott Wilson, product of the Brighouse Rangers Amateur Club. Colin Whitfield, here with Wigan in '84. Grant Ricks flew in from Brisbane today, very quick. And Wilf George, powerful wingman. And the man I think could dominate this game, Chris Anderson, the tactician, the player coach. His partner in crime, if I dare say, Gary Stevens. Experience here at Wembley. Graham Beavers fought his way into the side, kept his way in. Seamus McCallion, Irishman. And a very short price to man of the match, Keith Mellor from Brisbane. Paul Dixon just got his Great Britain cap this season. Strong lad, and no stronger than this man, Mick Scott, the grafter, the tackler in the pack. And the creator, John Pendlebury, the footballer, the man who can splay the passes about. This man, only 12 stone 10, but good footballer. And Phil Beavers from St Helens, really keen to get going. Doesn't he look confident? Barry Ledger, his father played in the 50s. And Paul Loughlin, confident youngster, prolific point scorer. Mark Elia, scorer of lightning tries, the man to go in from far and wide. Kevin McCormick, Great Britain under 21s. Brett Clark, a great favourite this season from the Western Suburbs Club in Sydney. And Neil Holding, the man with the pace, the joker in the pack. And with the pack, Tony Burke, consistency all season. And Graham Liptrop, nice to see him fit again. Only had one game in the last 8 weeks. John Fieldhouse, Test player, 7 caps to his credit. Andy Platt, no strapping on his hand. He's had that hand broken. Roy Haggerty, Dashing Roy as he's known. And Chris Arkwright, the skipper. Strong, bustling loose forward. Plenty of experience, quite quick, played in the backs as a standoff. Both sides looking very, very fit. The traditional but friendly boo here for John Holsworth. Had a very good season from Kipax in Leeds. And the Halifax side, renowned there for that strong pack. I think we should be looking for those 2 props, Beavers and Neller, in the early stages to be doing a lot of charging down midfield. And those 2 halfbacks, Anderson and Stevens, number 6 and 7, to be supplying the short passes. And I think they'll be putting the long kicks in to keep the pack charging forward. But St Helens, they'll have to do a tremendous stint of tackling, I think, in this first half hour, especially that back 3, Platt, Haggerty and Arkwright. But more especially, I think St Helens will be wanting to bring that 3-quarter line into play. Ledger, Loughlin, Elia, and youngster McCormick on the wing. That's where the try-scoring potential is for St Helens. Teams of two contrasting styles, and one man who has a style of his own, Gary Stevens. Very, very experienced player. Likes to put the short passes in from the acting half-back positions, brings his pack on well. Confident lad, but no more confident than this. Very quiet. When you speak to Chris, you can hardly get a word out of him, but the tactical brain behind it. He's the man, the player coach behind this rags to riches rise. And there we are, Tony Burke, Mr. Consistency as he's known at St Helens. Nothing spectacular, but my word, he does the donkey work. And here we are, Neil Holding, 1987 Silk Cut Challenge Cup final underway. Saints in the white shirts from right to left, traditional red V. And Halifax, the shirts, the jerseys that they've had for many, many years, the blue and white hoops. And as we said, using that pack very, very early, Morris.
They are. I'll be looking for Gary Stevens to be kicking, using his kicking game, Ray. I don't think Halifax want to get bogged down inside their half for long, and Gary Stevens will be the key kicker.
Well, John Pendlebury.
Oh, John Pendlebury.
Using the wind, there is quite a strong breeze blowing down in Halifax's favour. Barry Ledger. Oh, that's a good tackle by Grant Ritz. And Kevin McCormick coming midfield. A little bit of enterprising play there from number 5, Kevin McCormick, the Great Britain under-21 winger. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Holding to Wheeler. McCormick. And Holding did well to get his foot to that. Very well. Instinctive reaction there from number 7, Neil Holding. Could have been a loose ball that Halifax could have picked up, but instead 30 yards downfield. Halifax and St Helens, though, rivals in the cup final here in '56. When St Helens won 13 points to 2, so these men in the blue and white hoops looking for revenge. And a penalty, dummying. Said the judge that Gary Stevens not putting the ball in the scrum. But a differential penalty, of course, can't go for goal, except for foul play. First attack from St Helens, John Fieldhouse. Saints playing towards the end where all the spectators are. But a good tackle there from Paul Dixon. Haggerty again, oh, that's a good ball. But not handled. Lost by Andy Platt. And the referee, John Holsworth, given a knock-on. Not adjudged an advantage there, Morris.
No, it was quite an interesting move. It was a double run round using Roy Haggerty, and one I haven't seen Saints use before, Ray. So whether or not Alex has got one or two little things up his sleeve for the day, I don't know. But no advantages, you'll say.
A good heel, Brett Clark. And everybody, when you're playing at Wembley, you want an early touch of the ball. You don't want to be out of the game for too long. Fieldhouse. Clark. Holding again. Oh, that's a good dummy. But an excellent tackle. And the man we said would be doing the graft, Mick Scott. Haggerty. He's a powerful full-back, this man Graham Eder. They call him the Wombat in Australia. Halifax using this pack of forwards. Keith Naller, number 10. Graham Beavers, number 8. St Helens coach Alex Murphy was saying he was expecting them to drive down the middle. Ledger again. But well chased there by Gary Stevens. He's not the quickest of scrum halves, but he kept with Ledger. from Wilf George. Had a good season since his signing from Widnes. Eady again. Beavers. Oh, these are the strong, powerful runs that these props make. I know Coach Alex Murphy, Saints coach, said that St Helens had to withstand this pressure for the opening 15 minutes. And this is the pressure. Inside Saints 25. Whitfield. 5 minutes gone, still no score. Well, a penalty against Andy Platt for not lining up straight. And doesn't he look happy already, Alec Murphy? I think he's having a few words with referee John Holsworth. The referee John Holsworth are judging that Andy Platt didn't line up straight, had to play the ball, and you've got to do so. Good referee, Holsworth. Also had some success coaching this year with the Leeds University side, won the championship under John Holsworth's tuition. And Colin Whitfield, 101 goals to his credit. He's got to judge these swirling currents here that we get at Wembley, but he's got the wind behind him. And he's missed it. It's very difficult here at Wembley for a kicker since they put this roof over the top of the main stands. The wind and the currents tend to swirl and eddy around, and one's really got to judge them. So 2 points missed there, Morris.
Yes, and they've been a valuable 2 points so early in the game, Ray, but Halifax seems to be the team that's applying the pressure, and as you said earlier, it's up to Saints to hold them out. I think the defence will be stretched. I've noticed Halifax using this very recent Australian play of hitting the ball up very square to the line of the play of the ball, and it seems to be paying dividends with Neller and Beavers making inroads.
Gains a few extra yards, I think. Anderson. Very similar side to when they were here in '56. They then came with 2 big props, Henderson and Wilkinson, and 2 dashing half-backs, Dean and Keelty. But the makeup of the side, very similar. But Neil Holding. Haggerty. 2 contrasting styles here, like the blunderbuss, the bludgeon, coming down the middle with Halifax, and Saints looking sort of rapier-like thrusts on the outside. Liptrop. Oh, that's a good pass from to Haggerty. Rockland. Oh, well taken by Beavers. This is dangerous. Holding, can he get it out? He does. To Mark McCormick. He's only got Eady to beat, but my word, what a tackle. Alex Murphy said he was going to stretch Halifax full-back by these wingmen, Barry Ledger and Kevin McCormick. But certainly at the first test, Graham Eady was up to it. Shoulder in the stomach, and McCormick was into touch. It's Gary Stevens. Feed, foot up. Graham Liptrot, very experienced hooker, the only member of the St Helens squad to have played at Wembley. But foot up. Scott Wilson taking the tap rather than the forwards. To Beavers. I must say, St Helens coming up very, very quick into the tackle. Not renowned for their defence, St Helens, more their attack. Oh, that's a good ball to Eady. That's a better one to Stevens. Well judged by Eady, a good tackle. A man here, number 4 for Halifax. They've got to watch St Helens. Grant Ricks, very pacey lad. Oh, that's a difficult kick. Well, they say never let a ball bounce, Morris, and especially at Wembley, but he got away with it, didn't he?
Yes, he did, but I don't think if it got to that one, it was such a high swirling kick, Ray, and it was a very intelligent kick by Chris Anderson, not aimed at the touchline or to the try line, but just in an area between. Very delicate kick indeed.
Tony Burke. I think we can see something of the strength of the window. Lachlan, very powerful lad, barely carried the ball to halfway. 10 minutes gone, still no score. Beavers again. These two lads for Halifax, 8 and 10, will really be earning their pay this afternoon. Stevens buzzing, bobbing about. That's a good half break. He's got Scott with him. Can he get the ball out to Wilf George? He does. And he's in. Yes, he's in the corner. Superb try from Wilf George. He took his chance, but it was that pass from Mick Scott and the craft, the edge of Gary Stevens.
And there we see the try. What superb work here by Stevens. Turns it back into Dixon. Lovely pass by Dixon to Stevens again on the blind side. Mick Scott does superbly well here. Takes a pass from Stevens. Ducks under one tackle, two tackles. Throws out a beautiful pass to Wilf George. And look at him go for this corner. Strength, speed and skill. Superb try. Here we see it again. Mick Scott, look at the beats three men, pulls out the tackle, ducks under the last one. Watch Wilf George head into the corner. Superb dive, good try.
Yes. Very well taken try, but a difficult kick for Colin Whitfield. Right out on the touchline there. But he has that following wind if he can flight the ball in. Perfect start for Halifax. And it's a beauty. Oh, superb goal. Superb goal. And what a try too. Some really good support play here. This was the key to it all. Notice how these forwards keep the game going. Stevens, we said he'd be putting out these little passes, and a bit unfortunate for Beavers, who slips up there, but just look at the strength. That's why you need a 14-stone wingman. So 6 points to 0 for Halifax. And I know you said, Morris, you thought it would be very tight. I think it will, but I think we'll have a very high scoring game.
Well, I do too, Ray. I think there'll be a lot of points scored, but not a lot in it at the long run, if you know what I mean. And Halifax have got the first 6, a superb start.
Yes, and treat for Halifax there. The first try, incredibly, for Halifax since before the war. They've been here now on 3 occasions since the war and failed to score a try. Fieldhouse. Clark. Oh, that was a bad pass from Haggerty. With George again. As Morris said, the Halifax side looked to have settled down more composure. And that little trick there that we saw in the under-11s, when the ball was put down, the forward Andy Platt kicking it back. Platt again. Well, that try certainly kept him quiet. No, ball got to bounce in touch. Scrum down, Gary Stevens to put the ball in. This has been the cornerstone of the Halifax previous cup rounds, this front row. Nella, McCallion and Beavers. Good scrum possession and good playing the loose, and there they got the ball again. Full back for St Helens, Phil Beavers, reading the situation well. Pendlebury. McCallion. 15 minutes gone, 6 points to 0 for Halifax, and certainly playing very sound, sensible rugby. They know the strengths. These two half-backs prodding and probing. And that should be the 6 tackle, the handover rule. The ball has to pass over to the other side after the 6 tackles. The St Helens pack don't really seem to be running with any bounce, Morris, do they?
No, only when they get in good attacking positions, say 30 yards out from the Halifax line. Ray.
Like that one. Look, oh, well. He threw that ball anywhere. Certainly very desperate to get these wings, Barry Ledger and McCormick, firing on all cylinders, but not with a pass right now. Chris Anderson there at standoff, the player coach. Well, it was behind him, not a knock-on. Grant Riggs. This lad's mother and father never been out of Australia, never even been to Brisbane, although they live 100 miles from there, but flown over here to London to see their son play. And again, behind him. Oh, good break from Paul Dixon, but no support. That's when you want the forwards coming off you. With a knock-on. Gary Stevens at the hub of things. Had a hamstring injury, played him for the last 6 weeks, but looks to be fit. Should have head and ball here. And a good heel from Liptrop. Holding to Beavers. Lachlan. Holding again. Looks to be testing Stevens with his pace, I think, there from that scrum, Morris.
Yes, much quicker than Gary around the base of the scrimmage, but and that's obviously Neil's strong suit, Ray. Is also his midfield darts when he picks up from behind his forwards. Very good player indeed, Holding.
Good drive there from Tony Bird. Yes, and a penalty. Seamus McCallion not letting Tony Bird get up to play the ball. Used to play with Leeds and Bramley. .16 stone muscle. And that's a good kick from Paul Lachlan. And the sort of kick that St Helens needed. They've been under an awful lot of pressure. 6 points to 0 down. Just that one try from Wolf George in the 11th minute. Oh, Mark Elliott. Good tackle. Excellent tackle there from Paul Dixon. With St Helens on the attack for the first time. Arkwright. Well, now, what's Mr. Holdsworth doing? He's giving a penalty, not 5 yards, I think.
A good decision, that, Ray. Mr. Holdsworth spotted Grant Ricks offside, way over on the far side of the field. He wasn't interfering with play, but when the ball came over, then he got him for being inside the 5 metres. Good decision.
So, a kick to Paul Lachlan. Often debatable, this sort of situation. You've suddenly got the pressure going, Morris, and do you take the kick or do you not? Yes,
again, it's a delayed, it's advantage really, Ray. It spotted Ricks offside, a good 30 yards from the ball. Instead of stopping the play there, he went on, let continue to play go on.
So, Lachlan leading goal scorer in the Rugby League, 186 goals, looking for his 200, and there's one. So, right through the middle there, St Helens' first points, 6 points to 2 from that first attack. And no lack of confidence in Lachlan. 6'3", 14.5 stone centre, only 20 years of age. 187 goals now. Pendlebury, I think, looking to try to get a knock-on off holding, but he doesn't. 20 minutes gone and the weather forecast not quite turning out what we expected. Sun streaming down, but not too hot playing conditions down there. Fieldhouse. Tony Bird just couldn't get the ball away. Good piece of clamping work there by Grant Riggs. Clamped the ball to... Oh, that's a hard pass. Is it not gone? I think St Helens, Morris, very, very eager to move the ball out, but really giving one or two wild passes, aren't they?
Indeed, and it's the point you made earlier about the St Helens forwards not taking the ball outside their own 25, Ray. Wanting to play football in there instead of work hard.
Phil Beavers. Lachlan. Flat. Alex Murphy really warming up to the occasion. Holding. That's a good ball to John Fieldhouse. He's got the break. Gary Clark. Greg Clark's moving inside now then. One Australian against one Australian. To Neil Holding. Good support play. That's the sort of football that we expect from St Helens. A sudden break, and they have the speed to go 50, 60 yards. Haggerty. Oh, good tackle. Very good tackle there from Paul Dixon. Clark. He's got Elia. He beats Wilson, but doesn't beat that man again, Eady. Twice Graham Eady's been tested, and twice he's been the man for the occasion. 6 tackle, Brett Clark. Oh, it's a little chip. Well. Didn't Brett Clark nearly fool everybody? Scott Wilson, the wingman, was almost turning inside, and he was there.
And there was a lovely little reverse sort of chip kick. It sent them all the wrong way, and luckily Wilson was back to cover the ball. Superb football from young Clark.
So, Halifax leading 6 points to 2, but St Helens putting the pressure on. Phil Beavers. Came to St Helens from the Souths Club in Brisbane 3 years ago, just 22 years of age, this #1 full-back. Halifax won this Challenge Cup 4 times in their history, way back in 1903 and 04, 31 and 39. Fieldhouse. Well, good advantage play there by the referee. And well taken by Paul Dixon. One of these scrum halves who, after a while, gets on your nerves if you're a big forward. He's forever coming at you, making you move one way or the other. I think Chris Anderson must have been thinking of some other ploy rather than taking the ball. But he's the tactician, he's the man who has inspired this Halifax side. 3 years ago, came as the coach. Championship medal. Premiership final runners-up, and now his side leading 6 points to 2 in the Challenge Cup final. And feeding. Looks like Colin Whitfield to put the touch. And a good kick too. Another one of these players from Wigan. 5 of them who played in the '84 final when Wigan were defeated. Snapped up by Halifax and put to good service. Stevens again. This man's certainly taking some putting down with George, isn't he?
Yes, I was lucky enough to sign him many years ago, playing for Huddersfield. Ray, very strong boy then, but it's come on leaps and bounds.
The 6th tackle. Will Halifax go for a drop goal? No. Yes. Kevin McCormick very sensibly leaving the ball there for the tap on the 25. And well taken by McCormick. He tried to take Halifax by surprise, didn't just quite. Mick Scott, the tackler, was there again. Oh, Roy Hegarty's missed it again. Some bad handling there, out on that right wing. And every time Halifax get the ball, these 2 half-backs, Anderson and Stevens, plaguing the life out of St Helens, launching these forwards. Scott. Ricks. Little clout there, a fight for the ball, trying to get the ball. And he's lost it. Well, I think a harsh decision, that, Morris.
Just a little bit, Ray. I'm surprised at the lack of some support at this stage of the game from Halifax. In previous matches, at this stage of the game, they've been absolutely buzzing to the man carrying the ball. A couple of times here, Ray, the man stood showing the ball and nothing coming. Possibly the extent of the day.
And this is a good decision from Chris Anderson, electing to go for goal. I think many would have felt that he was going to pop that ball in the corner, keep the pressure on St Helens, but another 2 points from Whitfield would just take them that magical 6 points difference, making St Helens having to score twice. Already seen Colin kick that superb goal from the other touchline. Not as difficult, this one. Takes his time, couple of deep breaths. No, struck it well wide to the right of the posts. So still 6 points to 2 for Halifax. But a dropout now by Hull. And that's a good dropout. Ricks. Tanella. Oh, Fieldhouse missed him. This powerful lad. He's taking 2 or 3 men to put him down. Stevens again. Stevens again. Eden. Wilson. No, good tackle by McCormick. Good battle going on this wing here between these lads, Wilson and McCormick. Halifax looking to move the ball out, but really not making much impression when they move it out, making far more impression when this little man comes down the field. That's the style of play that's paying dividends for Halifax, isn't it, Morris?
Yes, little short burst by the half-backs and good support from the forwards. There's Stevens' kicking game there. Lovely little grubber kick, 20 yards.
And he's certainly having the biggest influence on this match so far. 33 years of age. One or two people felt that it could be a very demanding time for him against someone of the speed of the St Helens number 7, Neil Holding. But certainly the old head is paying dividends. Oh, and that's a heel against the head, Pendlebury. And if only Stevens had taken that ball.
Yes, a nice little ploy there from John Pendlebury, picking the ball up at the back of the scrum, going wide, slipping it back inside to Stevens, and Gary just couldn't handle the pill.
Just 10 minutes to half-time here now. St Helens 6 points to 2 down. And a bad move there from Neil Holding, allowing himself to be taken over the touchline. Lost the 6 tackles. So it's Stevens again. St Helens, more pressure to withstand. Pendlebury, Nella. Now it looked high, but referee John Holdsworth said that he dived down and it hit his chest. Anderson. That's a difficult ball. Chris Anderson recovered easily from that tackle. Very resilient character. There's another resilient character. I think, as it Shakespeare said, his heart's his mouth. It certainly seems it. All well taken by Beavers. For Halifax have certainly used the ball better, Morris, haven't they?
Yes, and they're beginning to support better. Some good driving runs. That was a superb run by Mick Scott, who's having a very good game indeed. But the 8 and 10 are playing well also.
And that's a good ball from Stevens. Whitfield. Real pressure here now. And the 6th tackle, a yard from the line. Is it worth going for the drop goal? No, it's worth going for a try. And he's in. Yes. Well, some sloppy work at the play of the ball there, and Seamus McCallion, the Irish lad who came over to Halifax at 10 years of age, he scores.
There we see McCallion pick the ball up from dummy half and burrow through 3 would-be St Helens tacklers. Here we see it again from the other angle. Absolutely powers through 3 tacklers and gets a perfectly good touchdown. Crucial try.
Yes, a killer punch there from McCallion. 10 points to 2. And just the sort of try there that Halifax are not likely to score. And Whitfield now, his 4th attempted goal. And a successful one. So 32 minutes gone here in this Challenge Cup final. And Halifax 12 points to 2. And we saw something like this in the little kiddies match, but how professionals let this go by beats me. McCallion, well read. So St Helens now with a mountain to climb. 12 points to 2 down. Half an hour gone. But speaking to St Helens coach Alex Murphy, he said he wouldn't be too upset if they were down after the half-time, as long as it was no more than 10 points. He expects his younger side to come back in the second half, but certainly they've a lot to come back. And this St Helens pack have really got to get a grip of this game. And they've got to get a grip of that little man, number 7, Gary Stevens. Oh, that was well done by Phil Beavers. And that was better done by Colin Whitfield. Good tackle on Ledger. Somebody said that this Halifax side was the older team, but certainly they look to have the running on St Helens at the moment. Did well to keep in the field of play there by McCormick. Just 5 minutes to half-time. 12 points to 2 for the Yorkshireman from Halifax. And again, not a good kick. And superbly positioned there by Stevens. What an influence this number 7 for Halifax having on the game, Morris.
He's having a superb game, as Gary. He's in at everything. His defence has tightened up considerably over the last few months. He's got the bit between his teeth, bossing everything, kicking superbly.
It's simple rugby, but it's methodical rugby. Short bursts, short passes, bringing the forwards down. Dixon. And he's lost it to Holding. Now then, he's got some pace on the outside. Fields. No. Haggerty. And St Helens really, Morris, need to settle the game down and hold the ball for length of time.
It reverts back to your original point, Ray, about the St Helens forwards that playing to any form of pattern. Very enthusiastic when they get a tackle.
Well, here's some enthusiasm now. Andy Platt, he's looking to get the ball to Wheelie, and he does do so. Oh, that was a bad pass again. Having come 65 yards, and then Markelia throws a pass out like that. He should have held the ball. And I think this is the difference, that Halifax are sure, methodical, safe. Well, Vivers. Bad kick there from Phil Vivers. Kicking at the ball.
And there we see the play of the ball. Phil Vivers made the tackle. He gets up, he's a little bit frustrated. Marks him at marker there, dummy marker, and watch this kick through as Gary's playing the ball. Drives the ball in and kicks Gary on the shin instead of the ball.
And I think that will be very, very painful. Having the spray, it's amazing how these new spray techniques can get under pain, but they don't remove the injury. Physio there, Tim Deacon, done well to get Stevens back on the field. Just 2 minutes now to the half. 12 points to 2 for Halifax. Those 2 tries, Wills George, Seamus McCallion. Scott. And has he lost it? A little bit of questioning there. Well, like a jigsaw puzzle. And the little that comes up with it, Clark. And St Helens, just in these 2 minutes, they need a try before the half-time. Fieldhouse. Holding. But good tackling from the grit of Halifax. Liptrot. Haggerty. Oh, it was a bad pass again. He should have passed the first time. Oh, that's a good ball from Clark. That's a better one for Elia. But there's 5 men flooding across. He had to come inside Mark Elia. And he's done well. Ledger. And the 6th tackle. St Helens very dangerous when they open this ball out. Liptrot again. Elia. And Haggerty's knocked on. Well, he's having a nightmare out there, Roy Haggerty. He's standing out wide as a second row. Everyone knows when he gets the ball, he can run, he can score the tries. He's got 9 to his credit. Things not just going right for him, but still a long way to go. And John Holdsworth now to make sure he gets a good scrum. And Halifax really want this ball. And feed him. Now that was a bad time to give a feeding, wasn't it?
It is indeed, Ray. That's possibly St Helens' last chance of this half to do something.
40 minutes gone now into injury time. Just that time that we had for the injury to Stevens. St Helens desperate to get some points on the board. But this Halifax defence, it looks impregnable. Lip trot. 5 yards from that line, 3 tackles to go. 12 points to 2 here for Halifax. Holding, Haggerty. No, Saints using this second row, launching him. 2 tackles. Clark. Oh, he's got fevers and he knocked on. And there's the hooter. Half-time, the chance is gone there from Greg Clark. But at 12 points to 2 down, St Helens coach Alex Murphy. A lot to do in the second half at half-time. Certainly, I think he's got to tell this St Helens pack to steady down. They've got to put their passes together, and they've got to hold the ball. They're showing 1 or 2 nice touches, but it's the Halifax side there in the blue-white hoops that are showing the greater consistency. The pack is strong, the 2 props, Neller and Beavers. And behind the little man, Gary Stevens, he's making the difference. He's bringing the play on. And certainly at 12 points to 2, I think they deserve that lead. There's no doubt about it. But a long time to go yet.
But for the moment, Halifax well in control. Well, let's turn away from the Challenge Cup final for a few moments now to concentrate on the day's football. Some vital matches today, of course, at the end of the season now. And we'll move to Scotland first in the Premier League there. And you'll see
now, as everybody said it would, that Halifax would try and walk all over them, and that's the way it's been going. St Helens have had a few chances, but at the very last moment they've knocked on or given a wild pass inside. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be the paint on the wall in that St Helens dressing room now, because I said earlier on that Alex Murphy's worth 5 points to them. Let's hope he's worth 10 or more.
I think you said to me when they were, what, 6-2 down, that they would have accepted that. That would have been OK for them. But now it's quite a gulf. But you can't write them off yet, surely.
No, they need to score twice, don't they, and stop Halifax scoring.
Right.
Which is quite an uphill struggle. I still think they're capable of doing it. I still think they can win. Yeah. But a lot depends on how they come out in the second half.
Halifax defended well. Oh,
yeah, tremendous. St Helens had a couple of breaks up the middle, and that full-back of Halifax, he really put it all together and stopped them on a couple more occasions. They're really, it's all Halifax, isn't it?
OK, Bernie. Well, we'll see those tries that took place in the first half again in due course. Meantime, let's enjoy a little of the spectacular performance now, the marching and the playing of the combined band of the Guards.
problems there. What have you told the lads?
We're not doing it. I've just told them we've got to go out 40 minutes and do basics. We're doing the basics wrong, but there'll be a change this half. Don't worry, it's 40 minutes to go.
You're still very confident, are you?
Yes, I am. Why not?
Well, best of luck, Alex. Thank you.
OK, second half, we're all set for it. Let's now join Maurice Bamford and Ray French.
Well, a very confident Alex Murphy, but I don't know whether he knows or not, but only one side in the history of the Challenge Cup final at Wembley has ever come back from a 10-point deficit to win. And that was Leeds against St Helens in 1978. So is St Helens' side of a real mountain to climb here. They've got the example against themselves in 78. Can they do it here? But that man, Gary Stevens, for me, he's been at the hub of the affair. Prodding his forwards on, cajoling them on, shouting them on, and then the touch-finding kicks. He certainly showed all his 33 years of rugby league, the craft and the experience. And Halifax, I'm sure, will be looking for a long kick. I'm sure Chris Anderson will say, look, let's get the play right down on the St Helens line. So, 40 minutes to go. Halifax 12, St Helens 10. Halifax 12, St Helens 2 there, and can St Helens fight back? John Holsworth had a good game so far, I think, Maurice, hasn't he?
Yes, kept strict control on the game, Ray, and some of his decisions have been excellent. Well up with the game on the ball.
But it's been the more methodical style of Halifax that's triumphed, holding them. And I'm sure one aspect that Alec Murphy would have said, Maurice, is just simply hold the ball and get yourselves into the game.
Exactly. Possibly bring it out your own 25, then employ the kicking game. They've got the win this half, Ray, and I think they'll use it.
Oh, that's a good ball.
St Helens moving the ball to the left, and Andy Platt does a superb piece of it, draws two players, puts Elia away. Look at the length of the field he's got to run. Head on here with Elia, goes on the outside of Graham Eady, and the old legs won't go, but Elia's will, and he dives over for a superb try.
And tremendous try, and suddenly the temperature in the stadium rockets up. And at last St Helens crowd have something to shout at. 30,000 of them travel down from Lancashire. And 30,000 of them, I'm sure, will be urging this lad, Loughlin, on for the 2 points. Difficult kick, but a good kick. And what did Alex Murphy say at half-time to Harry Gratian? He said, Harry, there's a long time to play. And I really do think this try, Maurice, if we look at this, I think Mark Elia was playing a little bit of the old soldier. He's had a hamstring injury, he looked to be limping, and I think he fooled Graham Eady and Chris Anderson, would suddenly move into another gear. Yes, great try. So, 12 points to 8 now. Just the 4 points difference. Liptrop to Ledger. Tony Bird driving in. An intriguing match this. Two contrasting styles. The pace on the outside of St Helens. The strong forward play of Halifax. Well, he's still speaking, but he must have said something at half-time to them. Fieldhouse, Haggerty, forward pass.
Good decision there, Ray, by Mr Holsworth, right on the spot, viewed the forward pass from John Fieldhouse. Very good decision indeed.
And now it's Halifax's turn to settle down. I think Gary Stevens here and Chris Anderson. Well, no, he's not going to get the ball. It's foot up. Foot up against Seamus McCallion. Now, will Loughlin kick for touch? It's in the centre of the field. There's a good distance to go. He's got a strong following wind. Well, must have caught one of those breezes. Clark. Not really had a chance to open out play, this number 6 from the Western Suburbs club in Australia, Gary Clark. Platt. Arkwright. Oh, good ball. And some good tackling and covering there from Halifax. Just look at those blue and white hoops there. And young McCallion there, the hooker, getting across. Robson Helens have an attacking advantage. And touch judge, Mr. Thornbury from Warrington, just pointing the point out there. I think a little bit of a shindig between Mick Scott and one of the St Helens pack. And Neil Holding trying to steal the ball there, putting it in. A little bit of an old head there, Morris.
Yes, I had to have a laugh there myself. It's that was the experience we talked about. He pinched the ball and put it in. It was Gary Stevens put in.
A good job. John Holsworth knew what was happening. Grant Ricks. Now, just like Mark Elia, this lad, very quick. We saw him score that try against Widnes in the semi-final. Stevens. Just 5 minutes gone in the second half. Arkwright, well. Not coming. Holding. Haggerty. Only needs half a break, this Haggerty. Played in the centre, considerable time in his career. Oh, well read there. You don't often see second rows intercepting, but Mick Scott read the situation well. John Pendlebury. Not seen an awful lot of his ball distribution, but one defence-splitting pass from the Halifax number 13 could spell danger. Anderson. Oh, he's got Eady coming in wide. He's still going. Oh, he's lost it. Good run though by Graham Eady. Very dangerous when he comes in wide off Chris Anderson outside. Tony Burke. Shifts one man. Very delicately balanced now, Morris.
It is, Ray, and Saints seem to be on the ascendancy from that tremendous start from Mark Elia's try. Whether or not they can keep it up, I think they can. I think it's got all the makings again of a tremendous second half.
Haggerty. Oh, good ball. Clark. Just that little one bit of impetuosity there from Brett Clark. Just that one pass too many, Morris, spoiling much of St Helens' approach work.
Some great approach work and just that little extra bit too much, Ray. The team normally in the game would have been satisfied with that. Some superb support play again, 20 yards. The final pass just wasn't necessary.
And yet I feel they think they can't match St Halifax coming down the middle, can they?
Well, possibly so, and it's passes like he put out then that will make the difference between a clean break and just, you know, taking the tackle.
Stevens again, orchestrating every move here behind the scrum. Paul Dixon. Every time this big Australian prop forward has the ball, there's danger for St Helens. He makes 10 yards. Stevens, that's a good chip. Good tackling, good tackling. Chris Hargraves. Saint skipper leading by example, this number 13. Fieldhouse. And it looks as if St Helens bringing on Paul Round, who's been playing very, very well in recent weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if Roy Haggerty, the runner, is coming off. So number 12, Roy Haggerty coming off, and Paul Round coming on. A lot of competition between these two for places. Very dicey decision as to who got the vote, but Round coming on the field. More of a defensive player than Haggerty. And interestingly, Morris has got in a loose forward position.
Yes, I think he just...
Oh, that's a beautiful ball to Reedy. Yes, his strength takes him through, and he goes straight between two St Helens tacklers, Mark Elia and Phil Vevers. And what a simplest of tries, and delight on those Halifax players.
And there we see John Pitt, another superb pass from Pendlebury, sends Graham Eady into the hole. You look at his strength as he holds off two tackles and plants the ball down right under the H's. Superb try.
Well, we've certainly seen how dangerous this lad can be. He's come up 2 or 3 times. He's shown a very powerful physique. Not the fastest of players, but one of the craftiest and the strongest. And that really puts Colin Whitfield now in the driving seat. Another 2 points here. And there they are. No problem, kicks like that.
What's the pass of Pendlebury's? Misses Anderson, hits Eady right into the gap, and look at the strength as it goes right through the two tacklers under the sticks. Lovely try.
Yes, and an example there that when you tackle, you go round the legs, not round the shoulders. So 18 points to 8 now, just 11 minutes gone. And back to that 10-point deficit. And Halifax seemingly looking shaky, now back in control. Neil Holding to put the ball in, desperate for possession. Good heel from Liptrop. Elia. Oh, good one to Rockland. He's got leisure with him, he's going for the line himself, and he's scored! Oh, well, what a reply from St Helens, straight away. They do say that when a side has just scored, that's when they've relaxed, and back comes Paul Loughlin. Beautiful doing.
There we see Elia do very well, beat several players, and look at the pace and the strength of this young Loughlin. Shows the dummy here to Wolf George, he buys it, cuts inside, Gary Stevens can't reach him, and he has enough pace to reach the line for a lovely try. From a different angle, O'Loughlin straightens up marvellously here, shows Wolf Paul the George, the ball goes into the hole and holds off the final despairing tackle, and what a super dive.
And as if that wasn't enough exertion there for Loughlin, he's got to take the goal kick. Certainly showed a fine turn of pace there. And what a final this is turning out to be. I felt it would be a high-scoring game, and I don't think we've seen the last of the points. tricky kick for Lachlan. Very good one. Well to the right of the post. So 18 points to 12 now for Halifax. And many people say that Mark Elia, this man here, absolute flyer. And many people say that Paul Lachlan just didn't have the speed. Well, they make one or two of those eat their words. Just look at the pace as he holds the wingman off. Wilf George. So, Morris, who would like to predict the result of this match?
Well, we said earlier that it may be a high-scoring game, but I don't think you and I envisage it would fluctuate so much. It's still wide open.
No, let him play the ball off his chest. Didn't touch his hands. No knock on. Referee, good decision there from John Holdsworth. To Phil Vevers. And St Helens opening this play out again. But look at number 12 there. I'd love to know how many tackles that Mick Scott has put in here this afternoon. The grafter, and they're as important as the runners. So Halifax still having to work hard for the first Wembley success post-war. Paul Round, first touch of the ball. And I don't think Graham Lipshot wanted the ball there, did he, Morris?
No, good swarm in Halifax defence there, eh? They spotted everything that St Helens were throwing at them.
Oh, good ball to Healy. Just couldn't get away McCormick, but St Helens know that this is where the game can be won out wide. Clark again. And that's a tricky kick. Difficult kick. He did well to turn that sideways, did Wilson. 15 minutes gone, just that 6-point gap between the two sides. 18-12 for Halifax. Everything to play for. Stevens. That's a good kick from Pendlebury. Oh, superb effort from John Pendlebury. He put that long flighted pass out to Eady for his try. Very shrewd footballing brain. Keeps the pressure on St Helens. This is what Halifax want to do. They want to keep pushing St Helens back. They want to play the game 5-10 yards from the St Helens line and get this strong pack pounding down there. And that's a good heel against the head. So, can Halifax respond now? Beavers. Nella. Oh, good tackle there by Round. I think this is why this number 14 has been brought on here, to try to stem one or two of these Halifax bursts. Dixon. Oh, he's got McCallion again. Oh, George is a strong lad, but he's in touch. Panic in the St Helens ranks there. The flag post is snapped, but Wilf George in touch. Good decision there from Mr Thornbury. No hesitation. The game goes on. As long as he doesn't lose that flag. And that's a vital heel, Morris, for St Helens.
It was indeed, and a good driving run from Chris Arkwright. He made 15 yards there from nothing with Pendlebury holding him. Superb piece of play by Chris.
Good sensible kick from youngster Lachlan. Alex Murphy now warming to the task. Oh, good run from Holding. Clark. He's lost it. And it looks as if he's taken a knock as well. Grant Ricks. Not had any clean-cut chances, this number 4, Ricks. But St Helens defending now, desperately again. Halifax looking there, Brett Clark back into contention, took a knock in that tackle. Anderson, oh, that's a beautiful ball to Ricks. He's missed him. Oh, he's lost the ball. Well, I thought he'd lost the ball. Missed it for a second there, but it's still Halifax on the attack. Stevens. Arkwright. And a drop out. And just look at those Halifax players. There are 3 of them. And who's in there? Number 12, Mick Scott. Driving Arkwright back over the line. And it's a dropout.
And that was tremendous pressure play by Halifax there, Ray. Chris Arkwright actually made almost 10 yards away from his own line, bringing the ball out, and then he was driven back that 10 yards by the ferocious Halifax tackling.
Eadie. Launching himself. The one-back, they call him in Australia. Beavers. Stevens again. Oh, poor Gary Stevens there. He's doing so much, but Phil Beavers clung to that desperation. And I must say, Morris, it's well, here we've got Brian Jouliffe, the ex-Wigan player and Pontypridd Rugby Union, and I think bringing a faster man on. Used to play on the wing, did Jouliffe. Scrum down. 20 minutes left in this Silk Cup Challenge Cup final. 18 points to 12 for Halifax. Stevens to put the ball in. And a penalty. Differential penalty. Loose arm there, judging the Graham Liptrop, getting the ball out with his hand. And the pressure back on Saints, Morris.
Yes, indeed, about 15 yards from the line, and it's all to play for here. Halifax look to have a bit of a set-piece set up here, Ray. Possibly 2 drives open and switching blind with Stevens.
Seamus McCallion looking for a second try. Very dangerous from the acting half-back position, this Halifax side. And St Helens not really watching it. Attempted drop from Pendlebury. Yes, it's there. Good drop goal from Pendlebury, and well worth it. He's only kicked 1 goal this season, but that's the crucial 7 points difference. 19 points to 12 now.
Here we have a superb setup. Acting half-back Stevens back to Pendlebury in pivot position, takes all the time in the world and pops it straight over the, as I say in Australia, the black dot.
Eadie. Just knee run with some force. But met very, very strongly there by Chris Arkwright. And Halifax doing a very good job here of monopolising possession. They're playing these 6 tackles to the full, not letting St Helens get any momentum, get anything moving. And when St Helens have the ball, they rarely go past 3 or 4 tackles. They flatter to deceive. Legend. Good tackle by Colin Whitfield. Fieldhouse. Oh, that's a good break from Fieldhouse. Just couldn't get the ball away. Good cover tackle from Pendlebury. Clark to Elia. I think Clark would have been advised there to have moved the ball outside rather than inside. The fifth tackle, Saints looking for the kick. No, moving it. That's a good ball. Loughlin again. Touch. Paul Loughlin there, not too concerned about going into touch. It was the sixth tackle. He would have had to have... Yes, he's just explaining there to Barry Ledger, who I think is giving him a roasting, but didn't realise that he would have had to have handed the ball over to Halifax. And it looks as if Brian Jouliffe, is he coming on? And Chris Anderson coming off. 35 years of age, his birthday today. The mastermind behind this Halifax side. And Brian Jouliffe coming on. A fresh man at this stage. I think Chris Anderson, the player coach, thinks, well, the job's done. But you never know. Jouliffe then, first touch of the ball. Fast lad, used to play on the wing, now put a little bit of weight on, moved into the forwards. Halifax again, holding the ball, they're in the lead, 7 points. 19-12. And a penalty. Silly penalty there, I think, Morris. It's put all the pressure on them, hasn't it?
Terrible penalty, an absolute lack of discipline, and it's unusual from Keith Neller. He's usually a very well-disciplined player, but you can't do. You need all your discipline. It just seems strange that Chris Anderson's just left the field and Keith Neller does something like that.
15 minutes to go, St Helens 7 points trailing. Fieldhouse. Put a fine defensive stint in this. Paul Dixon, number 11, and Mick Scott, number 12 for Halifax. Burke. He's got it away. And he's lost it. But I think St Helens have got it back with 6 tackles. It touched the Halifax man. And Elia did well to get hold of that. That was a good ball, but it was an equally good tackle from McCallion. Had a busy game, that number 9 for Halifax. And good scrummage figures too, taking a couple against the head. Substitute comes on, Paul Round, and he races in for his 10th try of the season.
And there we see Paul Round at dummy half, goes on a run round, takes the ball and slices right between 2 Halifax tacklers and carries Graham Eady with a big dive for the touchline.
And Alex Murphy now having a word with Graham Liptrot. That try livened him up. And a pressure kick for young Loughlin. And it's there. So, just a one-drop goal from John Pendlebury now. The difference between the two sides.
This is the run round from Paul Round. He slices through the 2 Halifax players. And look at the big stretch with Eady round his legs. Superb try.
19 points to 18. Well, it's a bookmaker's game. Another Halifax substitute coming on. Neil James and Graham Beavers gone off the field. So, 3 substitutes used. 1 point difference. 12 minutes left in this final. Neil Holding. Round. And St Helens desperate to open this ball out wide. Good tackle again from Paul Dixon. St Helens won the Cup on 5 occasions, the first winners of this Challenge Cup way back in 1897. Whoa, that was a beautiful pass from McCormick, and this boy can run. He's still going to Vivas. Plenty of gaps now beginning to open up on the outside, both sides, the 6th tackle. And Scott Wilson. Just little Brett Clark to face him, but he's equal to the task. Ricks. Brian Judith, Halifax, using Judith well there. He's got the extra guard of pace as a forward, bringing him away in midfield. Penderbury. Whitfield. And suddenly, I think, Morris, Halifax seem to be walking.
Yes, there's 1 or 2 of the forwards blowing now, but we've got Neil James on as substitute. He's a big, strong lad for Halifax, and he might take a bit of a brunt of the driving away there, but certainly not playing with the panache they were playing earlier.
And I wonder, does coach Chris Anderson wonder whether he should have stayed on the field?
Yes, that's the question. He came off at a crucial time, but Chris knows the football.
Only time will tell, but Halifax still have that crucial 1-point lead. The John Pendlebury drop goal. Fieldhouse. 10 minutes left in the game. Platt. Liptrot. Clark. Oh, that's a risky ball. But he did well to keep it in play. Well, McCormick, where's he going? St Helens look almost as if they could give an interception try away, Morris.
Yes, well, I think they've got this moving the ball wide on the mind here, because Halifax have been vulnerable every time they've been hit wide, and that's the type of football they're playing. Interceptions are always on the cards.
But he took it, and he's in touch. Not very good play there from with George. Should have brought the ball inside, but I think he had enough on to catch the ball. So St Helens heading ball. Neil Holding, and a good heel from Liptrop. Clark. Lachlan to Vivas. To McCormick, he's got the full length of the field to go. He's got John Pendlebury coming outside him. Elia. And suddenly St Helens now stretching Halifax on the rack. Clark. To Brown. He's got Ledger with him. Fieldhouse. Ledger. Oh, tremendous rugby, and was certainly moving into a great cup final, I think. Clark. Arkwright. Vivas, and he must be in for the try. Marquinhos in for the second try. Magnificent rugby. No, it's no try. Referee John Holsworth right on the spot. Dramatic decision there by Holsworth, but right on the spot. Judged that it was no try.
Here we see St Helens on the rampage. Arkwright did marvellously, throws a long pass. Vivas, a one-handed pass out. Look at this man dive here. He goes over the line, and actually goes over the line without the ball and drops it.
And an excellent decision there by the referee. Definitely lost the ball. So what a let-off for Halifax, but let's congratulate Halifax there on that. Less cover getting across. And I'm sure they'll play these 6 tacklers out through the forwards. But it does seem now, Morris, that every time St Helens moves the ball out wide, the pace is there, isn't it?
And Halifax look vulnerable, they do indeed, but this fella's keeping them ticking. Gary Stevens and Mick Scott's on a superb game. There's still a bit of fire left in Halifax yet, Ray.
If they can hold the ball, Halifax, they'll be wanting to move downfield, looking for another drop goal. They're in the lead. 7 minutes to go, 1 point difference. Six tackle. Referee John Holsworth there, and judging that the St Helens man made no effort to go for the ball. Neil Holding. That's a good heel. Good battle there, contrasting styles between Stevens and Holding, both having good games for their clubs. Fieldhouse. He's got Ledger and he's dropped it. Halifax again, no, the minutes are ticking away. Nella. And I think this could be a tremendous substitution. Chris Anderson, I think, knows that coming back on the field could lift his side. Stevens. McCallion. Suddenly it's Halifax back again now. Bangleberry. Knock on. Brett Clark knocked on there, couldn't go the length of the field. And a lot of pressure in these closing stages on John Holsworth here, the referee from Leeds. Good substitute. Five minutes to go. Fieldhouse. Neil Holding did well to get the ball out there to Arkwright. But I think if St Helens are going to do anything, it's got to go out there to the number 2s, 3s and 4s. Oh, that's a good ball to Andy Platt. He's got some space, he's got one for the line, he's got somebody with him, he's got Elia with him. He's in the corner. No, it's a forward pass. So Elia, another try disallowed. Mark Elia looks back with some concern. But John Holsworth right on the spot again. He was well positioned. And Mark Elia, sensibly like the good professional he is, accepting it. But what speed he went in at the corner, and what drama we've got here. 4 minutes to go now. St Helens on the attack. 19 points to 18. And 2 tries disallowed, Morris.
Well, Ray, this is one of the most exciting finals I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen one or two. My word, right through to the end, there's going to be tremendous excitement. And there we see Andy Platt, superb break, and it was a yard forward, but Elia took the opportunity superbly, but definitely a yard forward. Good decision by Mr. Holsworth.
And feeding again. Well, that's twice from Gary Stevens. Differential penalty again. 6 tackles to go. 3 minutes to go in the match. St Helens 1 point adrift. And Halifax, tremendous pressure. 5 tackles. Holding to Burke. And I don't think this is going to be very effective down the middle. It's got to go wide. Holding, looking for the short one. And Halifax hold. Well, that should be... knock on. The crowd beginning to Halifax section, whistle to referee John Horsworth. I make it 2 minutes to go. And the physiotherapist coming on. Tim Deakin just to have a word with Seamus McCallion. Knock on the knee. And this, Morris, could be one of the most crucial scrummages in the history of the cup final.
Well, I think if Saints get possession from this, Ray, they've got to take it to the post and they've got to go for a draw. They've got to go for a drop goal.
And if they do go for a drop goal, of course, we have the replay on Wednesday, May the 13th at Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United. And who's going to win this ball? Straight through the scrum, but he's allowing it. And the touch judge there on the far side says no, straight through. So coming up to 1 minute left, 1 point difference. £60 winning. And it's Halifax. Good play there. Two missed chances from Mark Elia. Could cost St Helens the game. Since the wall. 30 seconds left. Sixth tackle coming up. 19 points to 18 for Halifax. The rags to riches story for this Yorkshire side. Straight to Barry. Oh, Barry Ledger kicks it. Well. Fancy kicking a ball at that stage, Morris.
Well, I think John Pendlebury's throat if it had gone.
The to shine. Well taken. Who's got the ball? Is it Halifax again? It is. Yes. There's all twice St Helens have had possession and twice. to Yorkshire. It must be going to Halifax. They've realised the dream. No, he's on his back. The sixth tackle. Back to Pendlebury. Oh, interception by Fieldhouse. Now then, can St Helens go 100 yards in these closing seconds? They've got to throw the ball about. Paul Loughlin. Surely the whistle must be going. We're well into injury time now. Harcrine, this must be St Helens' last chance. There it is. There's the hooter. 1 point the difference. The John Pendlebury drop goal. Magnificent effort. And those Halifax supporters, they've waited a long, long time. They've worked hard. And they've deserved it. St Helens had the chances. Ladies crying in the stands. I don't think Paul Dixon there, the number 11, can believe it. The number 1 Grey Lady, the man of the match, the winner of the Lance Todd Trophy for the man of the match. Halifax last won the cup in 1939, 48 years ago. But 2 decisions from that man, John Holsworth, and 2 good decisions right on the spot were crucial to Alex Murphy. He looks upset, but congratulating the Halifax side. And Jack Scroby, the assistant coach, an ex-Halifax player and prop forward. At last they've done it. They beat Salford way back in 1939, 48 years ago. They lost to Bradford Northern in 49. They lost to Warrington in 54. And they lost to St Helens in 56. But all those years, they've been well worth it. The blue and white flags, and I think that man has done as much as anything with his scrum figures, Seamus McCallion, the number 9.
Yeah, superb exhibition, Ray. Gary Seaford has carried a big breath with Halifax victory today. Played a superb game. Mick Scott had a superb game. Not a bad man on the side, Ray. Very, very good teamwork and good team performance.
And suddenly, don't they look as if they could play another 80 minutes. 1 minute they looked when St Helens had them on the rack, and then suddenly they were back again. Ecstasy on the delights of those Halifax supporters. And Paul Doughty there, one of the young reserves, commiserating with Paul Loughlin. One of the worst feelings in the world to be losers at Wembley, but surely one of the happiest feelings for that man, number 1 Grey Lady. He retires this season. He was tempted out of retirement just for 1 season this year. He didn't know whether he could do it. His opening games didn't go too well, but he stuck at it, and there he is. The Lance Todd Trophy winner, and that's what defeat is all about. You give your all, you give everything, and you become so near. What a shame for the lad, for Andy Platt. When grown men cry, you know that you've given it. Advert for the game of rugby league again.
It's been a superb day. The crowd, the day, the weather, and above all the game. What a marvellous exhibition of rugby league football, the most exciting final I've ever seen in my life.
And Halifax, well, they look to be almost on a lap of honour before they've got the cup. And John Fieldhouse there, commiserating with Andy Platt. He's saying, come on, lad, there's a long way to go. We've got many years. You tried your best. And Halifax about to go up for the cup. And what an honour for that man, Chris Anderson. He retires too, along with Edie, at the end of the season. And the little mascot, he's leading them up. And I believe the mascot, he retires at the end of this season. If he can retire as a mascot, he's had a wonderful day out. And Chris Anderson then to receive the cup from His Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The third time he's honoured the Rugby League code with his presence. And David Oxley, the Rugby League secretary, on his side. And Anderson raises it aloft. The culmination of 3 magnificent years, and David Brooke, the man behind it all. The inspiration. When Halifax were nearly bankrupt with 1,000 spectators per match almost 3 years ago. I don't think that lad can believe it. He's played all over the world, he's played Test match rugby, Sydney Cricket Ground, Brisbane, you name it, but there's nothing to beat a win at Wembley. And Gary Stevens, for my man who ran Graham Eady very, very close, the little lad, the dynamo behind, the buzz behind everything. Graham Beavers, congratulatory kiss from Mrs. Brooks, the club president's wife, and Neil Kinnock, a lover of rugby, certainly enjoyed the game. Keith Nara from Australia, Seamus McCallion, and a final hug for Graham Eady. He'll be a tired man. Colin Whitfield, he got a loser's medal in '84 with Wigan, but back again for the winners with Halifax. And St Helens, a round of applause there from Lady Pilkington, the club president, for Chris Arkwright. I don't think Chris can believe the 2 tries that went begging. Laurie Prescott, the club chairman, having a word of commiseration. Neil Holding, young Brett Clark, will be flying back at least to Australia with a lot of memories. Roy Haggerty, Paul Round got that try when he came on. And Barry Ledger, so close to tears. And that man there, Mark Elia, so close to giving St Helens the cup with those 2 disallowed tries. Paul Forbert, the youngster, who didn't get on off the substitute bench, but the experience would have done him good. And Andy Platt. Graham Lipshot, well, he gave everything. 19 points to 18. What a final, Morris.
Superb game, Ray. What can you say about it? The people we've been privileged here to watch it today. A fine exhibition of rugby league football.
And I think a good exhibition of refereeing from John Holdsworth. He's had a fine season. A credit to the league's refereeing profession. And his 2 touch judges are giving such vital assistance at times. And Halifax. Well-earned, hard-earned winners. And Graham Eady in there, only the 2nd Australian ever to win the Lansdowne point behind.
Marvellous exhibition. Teamwork, and also St Helens, who contributed to a magnificent final.
Yes,
very,
they did.
very hard lines to them.
They did. It's always unfortunate when someone has to lose, and when it's 1918, Morris, it's even worse, isn't
And
it?
St Helens playing so well.